We want to thank all those who came forward and to tell their own stories, and the President will respond to that. I want to also introduce Bukamuso Machika. We are graced by presence of Miss Mpumalanga, Bukamuso Machika. Mpumalanga has got something with beauty because we are also graced. She had to leave Ntando Yenkosi Kunene. She was former Miss South Africa from Mpumalanga. So, bahle amantombazana sempumalanga. Seng mosho nje into ukuthi sengiganile. I mean, I'm not free. Ningijonge nje. Ningiyeke. Colin, kubi mfana kithi. Mpumalanga itsamaya kopili ntati. Thank you very much with your presence. I'm going now to call the President of the Youth League to make his remarks and then hand over to the President to speak to us. Amanda.
Thank you very much, the Secretary General of the ANC, the former President of the ANC Youth League, Comrade Fikile Mbalula, the leadership of the province, the Secretary General of the ANC Youth League, the Chair of the province, Comrade Mandla, the Premier of Mpumalanga, Comrade Refilwe, and the youth. Uzoyithola kanjani? Uhlele khoneni? Uzoyithola kanjani? Uhlele khoneni? President, it is clear that through the presentation of different young people, that the past 8 years of an ANC-led government was not wasted years, as per the narrative driven by those who are influenced to reverse the gains that the ANC has delivered. There are young people here before 1994. They will never be able to even set foot in Russia. Today, they are saying that they are engineers from Russia through the intervention of the ANC-led government. The young people here who have never thought in their lives they will leave their own villages because we pushed back to those villages. Today, they own business offices in town, in malls, where in the past was set aside for few minorities. There are young people here who have never dreamed that there will be doctors because of their family backgrounds. Today here, they are showcasing that they are medical doctors through the intervention of the ANC-led government. There are young people here who, when they left high school, because of most of them, maybe they did not perform as per societal expectations. The ANC also created opportunities for them to participate. We're creating artisans, we're creating engineers, we're creating doctors, we're creating entrepreneurs, we're creating everyone who wants to fully participate in the economic activities of the country. Now, those young people came here, all of them, President, and said they thank the intervention of the ANC-led government. But on top of everything that they've raised, there is one common thing that they raise, all of them, is the issue of unemployment. They are saying that the interventions have been made. We thank you. But the problem about these interventions is that we must urgently move to create employment for the youth of South Africa. Because if we don't create employment for the youth of South Africa, we run a risk of investing in water. You know, no matter how much water you put in the ocean, but if you put water in the ocean, you'll never see the results of the water because there's too much water in the ocean. Now, the urgent issue that we need to intervene on is the issue of unemployment. And I think, President, through our engagements in all platforms that we meet in, we agree that the unemployment issue must be resolved, and it shall be resolved. And the Youth League, it has given you solutions. The young people here have given you solutions that let's use our raw material below our soil to resolve our own problems. It can be, President, I repeat, that over 70% of raw materials can leave this country to go and create employment in countries where there's no raw materials. When in countries where there's raw materials, there's unemployment. Now we must be selfish and put South Africa first. Aba enjoy 30% of raw materials. The 70% must remain here. Factories must be open. Secondary, tertiary industries must be active. The youth of this country must run factories, businesses in their own country, utilizing the raw materials given to them by God. Because God chose Africa as a country of option. Now, those that have no raw materials, if they want employment, they must come to Africa. We have created jobs for everyone to a point whereby we'll be importing jobs from other countries. Because with our raw materials alone, we can create jobs for everyone. We can create business opportunities for everyone. Now, it can't be that we're the ones who are given donations by countries that have nothing. It must be us who give them donations, utilizing everything that we have. Africans can no longer be a charity case of Europeans anymore. People that have nothing use our own raw materials to build their own economies. Then they later say Africa is poor and they give us food. When they use our own raw materials to build their own countries. Now we're saying that enough is enough. This youth here, they are skilled, they'll go to school. The ANC-led government has opened opportunities for them. They now want to participate in the economic activities of their own country. And they acknowledge the work that have been done. Let's just unlock the economy and restructure it to benefit the majority of South Africans. Because there's no economy that can be progressive if it does not benefit the majority. It can't be correct that minorities in the country carry the majority. It can't be. The majority must carry the minority. Now we must restructure it in a way that the majority of the people in the country no longer complain about small things like unemployment in a country like South Africa. We know that through your pronouncements, after they were saying there's high level of unemployment, there were interventions that were made and certain jobs were brought back into the economy. And we appreciate that. And we're saying that more can be done. The progress we see of the certain jobs that have been lost in the economy, they've been brought back. But we're saying that it must be done at a high scale. As much as we acknowledge that there's movement, but we're saying that let's fast track it, that movement, so that the youth of the country fully participate. President, we have enough engineers. We can't hear that civil engineers are unemployed when we have ESCOM collapsing due to some of the issues that there's a lot of people who are retiring. We're told that a lot of old engineers are leaving ESCOM, they're retiring. But we are told also that there are civil engineers who are unemployed. Something is not right, President. Please zoom into that ESCOM. We have solution. We'll give you young engineers here. They'll resolve the issue of the energy crisis. Because there can't be an energy crisis in South Africa when you've got engineers. We've sent them as far as Russia. As far as Russia, countries that are known to have a clear energy security. They will have solutions, these young people. We'll come with them to you, President, to resolve all these problems. Because as they've said, as I quote what the SG of the ANC have said, only South Africans can resolve South African problems. We can't delegate them to anyone else. Ourselves here, we can resolve it. It can't be that there are doctors who are unemployed when we are told that there are shortages of doctors in clinics. Now, those are areas that I know, President, after we've given you a new mandate, the January 8 statement, those are some of the things you will release and explain and send command to everyone that if they don't want to work, you have enough army of young people who are ready to be DGs, who are ready to be chief directors, who are ready to be engineers. Now, you are not desperate for people who don't want to work. Don't be scared to fire those who are sleeping on duty. There is enough manpower here to resolve all of those problems. Now, what we know very well, President, under your capable hands, led by an ANC-led government, we know all of these problems will resolve. And President, we can tell you now, after we resolve all of these problems, these Mickey Mouse organizations led by criminals will not have voters because people will know it's only the ANC that resolve their own problems. Because everyone who's a criminal kicked out of the ANC, when they are bored with their wives and children and their families, the first thing they think about is to form a political party and go to parliament and reverse the gains of freedom. Now, our people will no longer be used by opportunists. Our people will know that the ANC will resolve their problem because they are used by opportunists to take advantage of the high level of inequalities in this country, of a high level of unemployment in this country. Everyone today, even those that hate people of South Africa, they say they have a solution to resolve problems in South Africa. When we all know that it's only the ANC. And when the ANC implements all its resolutions, no one, no Mickey Mouse, no criminal will stand up in public and say, I'm a cleaner criminal now because the ANC has kicked me out. You can't be kicked out a criminal in the ANC, but tomorrow you form a party and say you are clean. When people in South Africa told us that they don't vote for the ANC because it's associated with corruption. When we act on corruption, people form political parties, they say now they are clean. From when were they clean? When they were in the ANC, they were dirty. When they're outside, they are clean. Now we're saying that our people must not lose patience with the ANC. The ANC will resolve all the socio-economic problems. And these problems don't fall into traps of voting for opportunists because you are angry. Anger will make you make a lot of mistakes. Baba Jolang ba tseba o ra o kwatile o kgona ra o sa monyaka mosadi wa hao o hopole boshego re bana, where's my woman? Because you took your decision out of anger. Now those are issues that we need to resolve, and we believe that, President, the solutions are in the ANC, and as the youth of the country will be there to support and make sure we become the voice of the voiceless. We resolve and become the messengers of those who have no access to you and brief you on the new trends and the new problems that the youth of the country are faced with. Thank you very much.